We had a bear staring us down, inches away from Bubba's face.
Yeah.
Holy cow. You guys are the first hunters we've ever had do that.
Yeah.
My problem is I like to see it with my own eyes and not view it on a monitor.
That's what you get when you put two guys in a tent that's never bear hunted a day in their life.
Hi folks, welcome to this week's episode of Huntsman's Creek TV. This week we got an awesome episode. It's me and Bubba. We're heading to Saskatchewan to Buck Paradise Outfitters for our first ever black bear hunt. As the Huntsman's Foundation grows, we're going on more hunts, we're meeting more outfitters, and when we meet these outfitters, a lot of them want to work with us because of what we're doing. So now we're opening the door to a whole nother different kind of hunting besides just doing whitetail deer and turkeys. Now we're doing bear, we're gonna go for moose, we're gonna go for elk.
Antelope.
Yeah. And nothing's gonna stop us. All right, we just landed in Saskatoon and we're on our 3-hour drive for my very first bear hunt, me and Bubba. Bubba's gonna get his first bear too. And it's a little different out here. They got a 110-mile-an-hour speed limit. It's only 15 degrees. You know, the excitement that I felt heading to Saskatchewan on my very first bear hunt was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, which it was your very first bear hunt, my very first bear hunt. First time I'd ever been to Canada. When we got to Buck Paradise Outfitters, it was unreal.
And the adventure began.
He's got 2 big log cabins that's beautiful.
The accommodations were awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we got there, we got set up, had our room set, went outside, we shot our bows.
Yeah, all the hunting's of afternoon, so that works good with Tony because he ain't no morning person.
I'm a second shift hunter, so
yeah.
I don't like getting up in the morning.
No, so it worked. Bear hunting works good for Tony.
You know, with traveling all the way to Saskatchewan, being in a wheelchair and disabled, there was really nothing to it. We brought chairs, you know, our bows, all the equipment that I need, and it was easy. Yeah. Anybody could do it. Don't let traveling or flying stop you guys. Just because you're in your chair, you could still go.
That's right. You can go anywhere you want to go.
Yep. So first day, like I said, I really didn't know what to expect. It was my first bear hunt. They brought us out about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't get dark there until like 10 o'clock at night, that time of year. Got out to our spot, got in our blind, and instantly, just bears were showing up. Got in our blind, we had a couple bears, not even 15 minutes later, show up. Our guy told us he has a really nice color phase, blonde bear that's been showing up. So he's not real big, but he's also got, he said, 3 really nice black bears that have been showing up, so it's only day 1, we're gonna sit it out and see what happens. It's not too bad, it's kind of warm, no mosquitoes. We hear bears all around us. So we're sitting there, this little bear comes out, looks at the blind, comes walking up to the blind, and he was a little bear. Well, we got so close we couldn't see him anymore, and we just kind of leaned up, and he stood up at the same time, looked in at us.
We was looking eyeball to eyeball. He was about this tall looking in the blind.
Yeah, just like a couple feet away.
He comes charging the blind and he's about this tall.
Well, let me tell you guys something. If you've never bear hunted, every single bear looks big.
Huntsman's Cree TV is proudly brought to you by the Huntsman's Foundation, inspiring and enabling disabled veterans and children to get into the great outdoors. Carlson's Choke Tubes, the shooter's choice. Tracks for Vets, helping veterans get back on life's track. Cook's Fatal Attraction Deer Scent, 100% pure, fresh whitetail scents. And Ultimate Whitetail Mineral and Flavored Attractant, healthier deer, larger racks. This segment of Huntsman's Cree TV is brought to you by Ultimate Whitetail Mineral and Attractants, healthier deer, larger racks.
We had a little cub come up, kind of ran at the blind, stood up right in front of the blind, looked at us, we were laughing. A half hour later, we heard some heavy breathing on the back of the tent. I thought Bubba was sleeping. I looked over and Bubba's got this look on his face like, and all of a sudden I see the blind start to move.
We've been covered up with bears since we got in our spot. We just had a bear walk up, stick his nose in the back of the blind, scare the crap out of both me and Bubba. You're about to see a miracle. You can see a crippled man run.
This bear stuck his head in the blind.
His head was literally right there when he stuck his head through there.
It wasn't a cub, this was a big bear. He almost witnessed a miracle.
But every bear in Canada, whether it weighs 15 pounds to 400 pounds big to Tony. The very first one we seen come out like 200 yards. And Tony, he was like, hey, comes a big bear, look, look. And it was a little cub. He wasn't this tall.
We've seen a lot of bears.
We did.
We had a big bear come into the bait. And actually, when we knew he was a big bear because the guy that told us when a bigger bear comes in, the other bears will run from him. And all the other bears took off. This bear came in, and he looked like a giant.
Started the business, I think we've been in it for 21 years now. We started out as a whitetail deer outfitter. Within a year, we had some bear tags, so we got into the bear hunting. And a year or two after that, we started into waterfowl. We do spring bear hunts in the spring, mid-May to mid-June. We do our waterfowl hunts from September to mid-October. And then our whitetail hunts run for 5 weeks from November to December 1st.
Actually, I didn't even shoot the first time he came in because we were both kind of sitting there like,
yeah, well,
wow, that's a big bear.
Well, he come from our left, and when he come to the bait, he come up there and he didn't stay but maybe, 15, 20 seconds, and he turned around and walked right back the same way he come.
Yep.
And then all the other bears come back, and then, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, we looked to our left again, and here he come again.
Came up, yeah, same trail.
Yep, same trail he went down on.
me a perfect broadside shot. It was like 30 yards.
Yep.
And I smoked him.
Holy cow. He ran through the shoulder blade. He's down right there, though. I've seen him go down. Whoa. Yes. Shot looks good. Yes. Oh, boy. I don't know what to do now. What do we do now?
Somebody's closer. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
If you look over top of the target there, you see where Tony put that pink luminol through the building.
This segment of the Huntsman's Creed TV is brought to you by Sword Sights and Tree Limb Quivers.
So after I shot the bear, we called Ian. Ian came down, congratulated me, and started to look for my bear. He didn't go far, he only went about 40 yards.
Yeah, we didn't hear him moan, so we didn't know where he went.
No, we thought we heard him crash.
Yeah.
Thought we'd seen him roll.
Yeah, but we couldn't tell.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the bear, he probably didn't go 40 yards from where he shot him.
No, he didn't go very
yeah.
far. And I was able to get to him in the side-by-side, watch you guys load him, struggle to load him, and then...
yeah, he's heavy.
It was a big bear. Actually, I should be getting him back pretty soon. I can't wait.
Yeah.
My wife's gonna kill me. That's sweet. This is so awesome. I'm so pumped. Well, folks, here he is, my first bear. Nice big boar. We're out here in Saskatchewan at Buck Paradise Outfitters. I got my guide Ian. Set me up.
Yep.
Thank you, Ian.
Glad we could get you this beautiful boar. Been baiting this bait for about a month now. Getting prepped up. We're first week into the season, and what did you sit out there? 2 hours?
Yeah.
Seen multiple bears, and this beautiful boar came in. Got a beautiful chevron white patch on his chest, and I think Tony couldn't think of a reason to pass him up, and now here we are, Tony.
Thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. Buck Paradise, lots of bears. I'd asked Bubba, I was like, are we gonna be safe sitting on the ground? Bubba was like, yeah, well, I don't think they put us on the ground if we weren't gonna be safe. And then later on that night, Grant's wife tells us, I've been praying for you guys all day. I was so worried, but you guys sitting on the, in a blind on the ground. You guys are the first hunters we've ever had do that.
Yeah. Guys, if you're an able-bodied hunter, find a disabled person, a kid, a vet, anybody that wants to get out into the outdoors. It don't matter what you're doing, whether you're hunting, you're fishing, it don't matter.
We can't stress enough that it takes an able-bodied person to get out and help somebody with a disability, help them to get out hunting. As much as we want to get out and do it ourselves, sometimes you can't do it.
I know Tony, he can do most of the stuff he does, or we do, on his own. But it's a whole lot easier if he got somebody to help him.
Absolutely.
I mean, it just makes it a whole lot easier. Just like at your house, you've got everything set up to where you can go hunting on your own and everything. But you know yourself, it's a whole lot more fun hunting with somebody, and if something actually happens, you got somebody there with you.
The adventures and the memories that you make are priceless.
Yes, sir. We just got set up. Ian just pulled the trail camera a minute ago. He's got a big old cinnamon bear in here. Well, it was actually in here a couple hours ago. And he got another couple big black bear coming in here every evening. So y'all stick with us. Let's see if we can't get one on the ground with a rifle.
We hunted the same blind.
Yep.
Seen a ton of bear.
We
had
did.
one bear come up to the blind again.
Yep. Poke his head in the blind again.
But we actually seen another shooter right after you shot yours on the first day.
Yeah.
And then Ian went back, pulled the cards and everything, and there was this big bear there coming in there.
Yep.
So we go back and get the same blind again.
Now it's Bubba's turn. So, well, I was behind the camera. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm not the best camera guy. But we hunted the
I'll
same.
vouch for that one.
Huntsman's Cree TV is proudly brought to you by the Huntsman's Foundation, inspiring and enabling disabled Americans to get into the great outdoors. Carlson's Choke Tubes, the shooter's choice. Tracks for Vets, helping veterans get back on life's track. Cook's Fatal Attraction Deer Scent, 100% pure, fresh whitetail scents. And Ultimate Whitetail Mineral and Flavored Attractant, healthier deer, larger racks. This segment brought to you by Cook's Fatal Attraction Deer Scent, 100% pure, fresh whitetail deer scents.
So on my hunt, I'm actually hunting with a 7mm. We're shooting bear maybe 25, 30 yards. 32, I think, is actually what it is.
Yep.
I'm hunting. You got the camera.
There was a lot of excitement going
There
on.
was. Bears
right
go-
before Bubba shot
Bears
his bear.
going everywhere.
There was bears going everywhere. We had a bear staring us down, inches away from Bubba's face.
Yeah. There was actually a bigger bear at the bait. And me and you talked backwards and forward about shooting him, and I said he was a little small. You said he was like 750 pounds.
Yeah.
So he ended up running off. Well, we thought the same bear had come back, so we had another discussion on how big this bear was.
Yep.
So I said he was small. You said he weighed like 900 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
So
Well, here's the problem. I'm not a camera guy, and I'm not that good on it. As you're gonna see. My problem is I like to see it with my own eyes and not view it on a monitor.
yeah.
And sometimes I forget what the heck I'm doing.
Yeah. So
Sometimes I forget to hit that record button.
yeah.
It's happened a couple times, 2 or 3.
Sure enough, I'm gonna shoot the bear. I shoot the bear. Bear hits the ground right in his tracks, never wiggled. What's Tony forget to do? Hit the record button. But the good thing about it is he must have had his finger on it, because it wouldn't but like 2 seconds after the bear hits the ground, the camera comes on. So, but he said he was ready when I asked him.
It was the camera's fault.
Yeah, it's always the camera's fault.
We just smoked a black bear. We dropped him in his tracks. We've seen a pile of bears this evening. We was getting ready to shoot another bear about the same size. And there was one decided he was gonna slip up here, stick his nose in the blind, and we was watching him, and the other one walked off.
That's what you get when you put two guys in a tent that's never bear hunted a day in their life. Well, you know, since my bear actually hit the ground right where I shot him at,
There was no tracking job.
there was none. So we called in. He come back with a side-by-side in his little trailer.
Yep.
We took a few pictures, put him on the trailer, and took him back to the skinning shed.
Yep. You know, after that awesome bear adventure, we were talking it over and we talked with Grant, and we're gonna see what we could do about taking a vet down there with us this spring.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best to try to get one up there this spring.
And
Grant, he actually even asked us to email him some stuff on maybe setting up some new ramps and stuff, getting into these cabins,
making it easier.
making it easier and wheelchair accessible. You couldn't ask for a better place, better outfitter, accommodations. I mean, it's all family run. Grant, Ian, Grant's wife. I mean, they're all,
family run.
Every bit of it's family run, and I mean, they'll take care of you to the
They make you
fullest.
feel like family
They do.
when you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't gonna find no place no better. We'd like to thank Grant and his family for the awesome bear hunt we had up in Saskatchewan at Buck Paradise Outfitters.
The awesome memories.
Yes, sir. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Now next week's show, we're gonna do some whitetail hunting.
Here on the foundation property here in Kentucky.
That's right.
So y'all stick with us until then.
Peace!
Closed captioning provided by the Huntsman's Foundation, turning your donations into adventures for disabled Americans, one at a time.
Every bear in Canada, whether it weighs 50 pounds or 400 pounds, is big to Tony.
I'm not the only guy. We had a big bear stick his head in the blind. I told Bubba, I was like, you almost filmed a miracle. You were about to see a crippled man run because it scared me. How do I want to say that? Yeah.